Hello and welcome to YogaVision for your yoga practice today. Satnam. My name is Vanessa and I am part of the current YTT program at YogaVision, and I'll be guiding you through yoga for beginners today. So just a few housekeeping things before we get started. If you don't already have with you a block or a cushion, a blanket or a bolster, and of course your water bottle. You can take the next few minutes to grab these things before we do start. We're going to start at 11:30, so we have a couple minutes to go before we're ready to start. So for now, just go grab those things, and if you are ready to start, that's awesome. You can lay down in Shavasana or stay in easy pose. We will be starting the class in easy pose, so yogi's choice right now, but just start tuning into your breath. You can start cultivating that nice deep Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose before we're ready to start. And I like sitting on my block. It helps to just elongate my body, keep my spine nice and long, and it takes pressure off of my hips and my knees. So I'll be starting in a nice easy pose while we're waiting for you to just grab what you need. And I'm just going to start tuning in right now, inhaling my arms up. And I'm just tuning in before the practice myself. So we still have about 2 minutes before we get started. And if you're just joining me, not a problem. Just waiting for people to grab what they need for today's class. So I suggested to grab a blanket or a bolster. I also suggested grabbing some water, because I will be giving water breaks throughout the class, and a block or a cushion. I'm currently sitting on my block, so we'll get started very soon. And if you are ready to start, please go into Shavasana or any other meditative pose you like, and just focusing on your breath. We will be starting in easy pose, so just pick your variation based on what you feel comfortable with. And remember, there's no competition or judgment. You're practicing at home, so please do what you can, enjoy the practice, and have fun most importantly. Always listen to your breath as we go through the practice. I'm here as a guide, but your breath and your body are going to be your ultimate guides throughout your practice. All right, it looks like it's 11:30, so we're going to get started. And we're starting in easy pose, nice comfortable cross-legged position. I like sitting on a block. Just helps me keep my spine nice and elongated. And we're going to do long, deep breathings for about a minute. And there's tons of different yogic breathing practices or pranayama practices. But for a beginner's class, I like just doing long, deep breathing, because a lot of us don't actually breathe properly. We breathe into our chest, or sometimes our breath gets stuck in our chest. But try to focus your breath and send it into your core when we do start the long, deep breathing. And a couple options, you can place your palms facing up on your knees here, like so. You can also bring your thumb and your pointer finger together, coming into a Gyan Mudra, or you can place your palms down on your knees if you did want to ground your energy. So I know we're all dealing with a lot of uncertainty right now, so it's quite normal for our anxiety to be up. So listen to what you need, ground your energy here if you need. So we're going to start by inhaling our arms up. Nice big full breath in. Bring your palms together to touch. And then as you exhale, slowly release your hands down towards your heart center. We'll stay here for a breath. Nice deep inhale in. And then exhale the breath out through the nose, releasing your hands down onto your knees, choosing your variation here, and we'll be here for a minute. So long, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Filling your body up with breath as you inhale. Sending the breath into the core. And on the exhale, allowing yourself to completely empty. And you're starting to cultivate the Ujjayi breath here. And we also call our Ujjayi breath our oceanic breath. And sometimes I like calling it my Darth Vader breath because it's a bit more raspy than just normal breathing. And we know what Darth Vader sounds like. He has like a heavy, raspy breath. So just keep breathing deep and long and notice how this breath relaxes you. We'll take one more full deep breath here. And then exhale completely. We'll start doing some warm-ups next to just wake up our body and warm up before we get into some of the deeper postures. And we'll start by warming up our shoulders, and we'll do this for about a minute. And I like warming up for a minute because it really signals to the body that we're doing something. So inhale, one shoulder up at a time, and exhale, release it down. Just slowly waking up here, adding some gentle movement. And if you like, try close your eyes, finding that mind, body, breath connection. Keep sitting up tall. And noticing when you inhale, one shoulder up at a time, kind of create a bit of tension. And then as you exhale, you're releasing that tension. Let's do one more on each side. And then we'll come back to neutral. Next, we're going to do some neck rolls. So I'll show you two variations. The first one is a modified, and we're just going halfway up. So starting at center, we're inhaling, looking up halfway to the right, and then we're exhaling, looking to the left. And we'll keep going, doing this, or you can also do the full variation. Inhaling, making a nice big circle, coming on the right, and then as you move towards the left, you're going to exhale. Now please do this very slowly, there's no rush. And as you move through it, you're going to notice Maybe some snaps, some crackles, some pops. And that's just tension or energy shifting and moving out of your body. Keep your breath nice and long. Again, inhaling on the right and exhaling on the left. Again, you can close your eyes here, finding that mind, body, breath connection. Nice deep, long inhales and exhales. Come back to center and then we'll switch sides. This time we're inhaling on the left, exhaling on the right. And every time I do this, I always notice how good it feels in my neck. It makes me realize how much work my neck is doing throughout the day. Because my head is probably pretty heavy, and my poor neck has to hold up my heavy head all day. Keep breathing. Try to keep your eyes closed. One last big circle around. And then we'll come back to center. And next we're gonna swing our legs out in front of us. I'm gonna come off my block here for this pose. And we're gonna inhale our arms up. Nice big breath. And then we're gonna exhale, fold forward. You can grab onto your shins, your ankles, or hook your peace fingers onto your big toes. Here we're gonna inhale as we look up. And then as we exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So keep following your own breath here. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, looking down. And I love this stretch. It's called Life Nerve Stretch. And it helps with sciatic nerve pain. So it really helps stretch our bodies from our feet all the way up to our head. And we develop sciatic nerve pain from sitting too long. So this is a really nice stretch to help relieve that pain. Let's take one more inhale up here. And then exhale, folding forward. Sink deeper into the pose here. Let's take another breath. And then you can release your hands, walking them up your legs slowly, uncurling your spine here, one vertebra at a time, no rush. And then I'm going to swing my legs behind me. And I'm going to sit on my heels here. So you can use a block and sit on the block, or you can also take the blanket and place the blanket under your thighs or knees, just to help modify it. So listen to your body and play around a little bit. See what works for you best. So coming into a child's pose, knees are about mat distance apart, and we're inhaling our arms up here. Nice full belly breath in. And then we're gonna exhale, fold forward, bringing our hands down to the floor. Elbows are still lifted because we are in an active child's pose. And then allow your forehead to come down onto your mat.
With every inhale, I want you to reach your fingertips up towards the top of your mat or in front of you. And with every exhale, try to sink back into your heels. And you want to lengthen your spine here. Breathe into that spine. Send that beautiful life force energy there. And we'll stay here breathing. For 3. For 2. And 1. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, take about 2 steps back with your hands. Place your left hand down onto the floor or mat, and then you're going to inhale, right arm up above your head. From here, take a breath, and on your exhale, you're going to bring that right arm through the opening on the left side. Palm faces down. Your right shoulder and ear comes down. Now you can keep your left hand where it is in front of you. Or if you wanted an added stretch, inhale, left arm up, reach it behind your back, trying to grab onto that right thigh. Pull the left shoulder back, looking up towards the sky here. And you should feel the stretch deepen. Keep breathing, using that Ujjayi breath. And we'll stay here for 3. For 2. And 1. Let's release that left hand back. Start pulling your right arm out through the opening. And then we're going to inhale our left arm up. Take a breath here and send the arm through the opening on the right side. Your ear and shoulder comes down on the mat or floor in front of you. Right hand can stay where it is. Or inhale that arm behind you, reaching behind your back, grabbing onto that left thigh, and pull your right shoulder back, looking up towards the sky. We'll stay here for 3. For 2. And 1. Releasing that right hand back, drawing the left hand back to center, and then we're going to walk our hands back towards our body. From here, let's bring our left hand behind us, and we'll inhale our right arm up. Let's take a breath in here together. And on the exhale, start lifting your hips off your heels, and we're coming into a modified variation of Wild Thing. Reach your right hand behind you, look up, and enjoy the stretch here. We'll stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's release down, slow, and we'll do the other side. So placing your right hand behind you, inhaling left arm up. Take a breath here together, and then exhale, lift off your hips. Reach that left hand behind you slightly. Enjoy the stretch for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's release down. Next, we're going to transition into tabletop. So just keep your blanket close by in case you need it here. And we're going to set up a good foundation for tabletop here. So wrists are stacked under your shoulders. The eyes of your elbows, which are these guys here, they're turned in facing one another. Mine have a tendency of facing out. So I'm always very mindful of that, and I turn them in towards each other. And our knees are about hip distance here, so not too wide, but just enough for a nice foundation. So we're going to start working with cat and cow next. So inhaling here, dropping the belly, rotating your hips up, and you're sending your head through your shoulders, looking up. On the exhale, we're rotating our hips down, looking towards our belly and really arching or curving that upper spine. Let's go a bit faster. Follow your own breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look up. Feels so good on your spine. Exhale, folding, looking towards your belly. One more time. Inhale here, look up. And exhale, round the spine. Now we'll take a breath here and we'll come back to neutral. And inhale here and exhale. Look over your right shoulder. Try to drop your hips to the left slightly. And you really want to make a letter C here with your spine. Looking over your shoulder towards the top of that heel. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. And then exhale. Look over the left shoulder. Dropping your hips over to the right slightly, creating that C shape here with your spine for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, squeezing over to the right again. To go a little deeper, we can pick up our left leg, bring it over the right here, and you want to stay looking over the shoulder, and we're looking towards the top of the left heel this time. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's draw in that left knee and come back to center. Inhaling here, and then exhale, squeezing, looking over the left. Picking up the right leg to go deeper this time. Keep breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's come back to center next. So next we're going to do some fire hydrants, which help work the hip and glute area. And if you needed to, you can place the blanket under your knees. It's just going to add a bit of extra support so there's not too much pressure happening on your knees. And if you didn't have a blanket with you at the moment, you can also fold your mat kind of in half and just place your knee on the mat, the folded mat, for a bit of extra support. So coming back into tabletop, reset your foundation here. And we're just going to start lifting up our right leg. And we're going to try aim for 10 here. Keep breathing. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Release that knee down. And let's just roll out our wrists a little bit before we go on to the other side. And then we'll come back down into tabletop. And then we're going for 10 here as well. So inhaling your knee up and then exhaling down. Keep breathing. That's 5. 5 more, you got this. Last one. And release down. Just gonna move my mat or my blanket off to the side and my block as well, so I have a nice clear mat. Roll out my wrist a little bit, come back into tabletop,
And we're going to transition into a downward dog next. So untucking your toes, start shifting your hips to your heels, and then sending your sit bones up to the sky. And you want to look like an upside down triangle here. So really push your sit bones up and your hands come in front of your face here, and your head's resting in between your biceps. Let's start walking our dogs, pedaling our feet up and down. And we can sway our hips from side to side here. Start loosening up our legs. Keep breathing. And next we're going to do a lion's breath. So just release your heels down onto your mat. And I like doing a lion's breath because it releases tension from our body. It makes us laugh. And we all need to laugh. So I'll just guide you first, and then we'll do a couple together. So we're going to inhale our heels up. And when we exhale, we're releasing our heels down onto the mat, but we're going to open our mouth. So you're opening your mouth and you're sticking your tongue out like this. I don't know if you can see me properly, but stick your tongue out and go that. Okay, just let it go. Make noise. Roar like a lion. Okay, ready? Let's start. So inhale, heels up. Exhale, open the mouth. Let it go. Nice. Let's do a few more. Inhale, heels up. Open the mouth. Let it go. One more time. Inhale, heels up. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out. Let it go. Now we're going to start walking our hands towards the back of our mat. And you're staying in a forward fold position here at the back of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins, and we'll inhale, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. One more breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Now staying at the back of your mat, sweep your fingers across your mat. Inhaling, arms up, nice and high. And then you're going to bring your hands down in front of your hearts, towards your heart center. You can open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Interlock as you get to your heart center, pushing the air out. Inhale, big arms, take up space, go slow. Hands come together in prayer, open the mouth, sigh it out. Interlock and push the stale air out. One more time, inhaling, arms up. Nice big arms, taking up space. Hands come together in prayer. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Interlock and push the air out. Now release your hands, and we are going to inhale our arms up again. And this time we're going to take a step forward with our right foot. Now spread your toes apart, get a nice foundation here. And you can stay here if this is enough, or you can start lifting up that left heel behind us. Again, stay here if this is enough. Or you can start lifting up that left foot behind you and start shifting your body weight. And we're coming into a toppling tree here. And you don't have to go super high with the back leg. Don't want to go higher than hip height here in toppling tree. And you're focusing your energy down towards your mat, finding your drishti point. Keep breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly coming back up. And we're gonna take a giant step here with our left foot and do the same thing on the opposite side. So start lifting up that right heel here, staying here if this is enough for you. Or you can start folding forward, lifting up that back leg, only going as high as is comfortable for you, focusing down. Keep breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming back. And coming to the top of your mat, I'm going to stay in the middle here. And we're going to go into tree pose next. So we're inhaling our arms. We're going to start with our hands on our hips, actually, in tree pose. So let's roll our left foot down to start. So we're spreading our toes apart really wide here, getting a nice foundation on our left foot. Hands are on our hips, and from here, we're going to inhale our right knee out in front of us. And then we're going to open it out to the side here. And then you can bring your toes down onto the mat. That's option 1. Option 2 is to slide your foot up a little higher, just above your ankle. Option 3 is to come in to your thigh here. And the final option I'll show you is to come into a half lotus position. So choose your variation. It really doesn't matter where you place your foot along your leg. The purpose is to open the hip, so bringing the right knee back. And you want to avoid pushing on that knee joint. So as you're placing your foot, you're adding a little bit of pressure to that left leg. And if you push on your knee joint, you can pop it out, which is going to hurt a lot. So let's avoid doing that. So again, choosing your variation here. I'm going to go into half lotus. And we'll bring our hands to heart center here. And let's take a breath in. Exhale out. Start inhaling, arms up. And you can bring your thumb and pointer finger together here in Gyan Mudra and start choosing a drishti point here. So you can look up, you can look down, or you can also close your eyes. Let's stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring your hands back together. Slowly release your hands down, releasing that right leg down. And before we move on to the other side, just take a moment to notice the left leg. So my left leg really feels warm. It feels like there's a lot of energy or heat flowing through it. So I'm just going to shake that out a little bit. I'm also going to tap it out a little bit here. And let's do the other side now. So hands for our hips to start, and we'll roll down on our right foot, really spreading our toes apart, getting a nice strong foundation for the balance work. So again, choose your variation. Doesn't matter where you place your leg or your foot, just not on the knee joints. And try to open the hip by bringing that left knee back. And if you have a wall, you can also use a wall for a little extra support like so. Or you can bring your hands into prayer, inhaling arms up and coming into Gyan Mudra here. So if you looked up, maybe try looking down, or maybe try closing your eyes. Choosing a different drishti point and noticing how the eye variation, so where you focus your energy, noticing how that changes the balance. Stay here and breathe. So even in balancing poses, it's important to breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring your hands together. Slowly start releasing down. And let's release that left leg down. Again, noticing that right leg. Let's shake it out. Tap it out. And then you should be at the top of your mat. I'm going to the top of my mat next. And I'm inhaling my arms up. And I'm going to exhale, fold forward. I'm bringing my hands to my shins. Inhaling, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands down beside your feet. And we'll step back with our right leg coming into our runner's lunge here. So right toes are pressing into the mat and our right heel is lifted. From here, we're going to start moving up. You can rest your hands just above your left knee, out beside you, palms facing in, or for an added shoulder stretch, interlock your hands behind your hips, roll the shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then you're going to look in front of you, but focus down, relaxing that neck. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. Release your hands, inhale them up nice and high, relaxing your shoulders down, sinking deeper into the pose. Breathe. Notice where you feel strong. Notice where you might feel some tension as well. And notice your breath for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's release our hands down and we'll step up with our right foot. Bring our hands to our shins. Take a breath in here. And exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands back down onto your mat. And now let's step back with the opposite leg, left heel is lifted, toes pressing into your mat. And just take a look at your right knee for a second. Notice if it's stacked over your right ankle or if it's kind of shifted off to one side. Just watch your alignment as we move through the practice. So inhaling, start coming up, resting your hands just above your knee, out beside you, or interlock behind your back. Again, roll the shoulders together, squeezing the shoulder blades. Stay here and breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Now let's inhale our arms up. Sink deeper into the pose. Back leg is still strong. Heel is still lifted. Keep breathing. Notice your breath. Notice where you feel tension. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's release our hands down and we'll step up with that left foot. Hands to our shins. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Next, sweep your fingertips along your mat. Inhaling, arms up high. And then we're going to sweep our hands back alongside of us and bringing our hands into our jean pockets here or invisible pockets. And you want to roll your shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades here. And another few variations could be to grab opposite elbows, or you can also go into reverse prayer. So shoulders are rolled back, chest is nice and open here, and just look towards the wall in front of you and imagine you're starting to draw a line up the wall towards the ceiling. And now you're looking up towards the ceiling and you're not pushing your hips forward here. You're really just focusing on opening your chest and your heart and stimulating that throat chakra. Keep breathing deep, breathing long. You can close your eyes. Start calming your breath and your body. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly start coming back up, releasing your hands, and you can grab some water here, and we're gonna make our way down onto our mat next for our mid-class shavasana. We're actually gonna go into a reclined butterfly position. And I love reclined butterfly because it helps to open up the hips in a very passive way. So we're just bringing the soles of our feet together here, and we're really pressing our feet together, and we're creating a diamond shape here with our legs. We're just going to lay back onto our mat. And a couple options here for you. Hands can relax down by your sides. Palms can face up or down. Down if you wanted to ground your energy. If you're feeling a little anxious or overwhelmed, it's always good to ground. Or if you're feeling a little lethargic or tired and you need to receive energy, you can keep your palms up. Another option is to place your hands just above your knees, adding a little gentle pressure, not too much. You don't want to force your knees down, but you can just add a little gentle pressure here. And the final option I'll show you for the moment is to place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. And as you breathe in and out into your body, you'll really notice your breath moving. Notice how much work your body has to do in order for you to just take one breath in. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest here. We'll be here for a few moments. And in yin classes, you can hold poses for up to 5 minutes. And as I've learned with Salima in Kundalini classes, there's some poses that we hold for 31 minutes. So the longer you stay in poses, the more you're going to start to feel the poses and the benefit. So the longer I stay in this pose, I start to feel it in different areas of my body, in my lower back, my legs, my knees. So I absolutely love this pose because I kind of feel I'm just hanging out here, not really doing much, but really getting a lot of benefits. So we'll just take another couple breaths here. And let's take a breath in together as a community. Nice deep breath in through our nose. And open the mouth. Let it go. Let's do a few more like that. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. One more. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. And we'll bring our hands to under our knees, drawing our knees together, and then just hugging our knees into our chest, really pressing our thighs into our belly here. And we can start rocking side to side. Getting a nice massage for our lower back, our kidneys, and our sacrum here. And then release your right hand, inhale it above your head, and then start rolling towards the right side. And we're going to come into a fetal position on the right side here. Our heads resting on our right bicep, and our left hand is on the mat or on the floor in front of you. And we're just allowing ourselves to get some grounding energy here. And when we roll to the right side like this, we're working on circulation in our body. Just keep breathing nice and deep. And close your eyes. One last big breath in here. And then as you exhale, start pushing yourself up. And we're going to transition onto our belly next. And we're going to do some exercises for our back and our spine. And as we age, we sort of, our spine can sort of start to curve and it loses, flexibility, and we lose muscle tone in our back. So it is important to also work out our back muscles and keep our spine nice and healthy as we age. So to start, we're going to place our hands right beside our chest here. Our elbows are pointing up to the sky. And we're bringing our feet together, and we're going to lower our head down onto the mat. Here we're going to take a nice big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to lift your forehead and chest off the mat. Keep your hands down, lifting up as high as you can here. And you're looking towards the top of your mat, but focusing your energy down, not putting too much strain on your neck. Stay here and breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release down. Take a nice big breath in here. And as you exhale, start bringing your forehead and chest off the mat. Seeing if you can lift up a little bit higher, and maybe this time lifting your hands off the mat. Again, you're looking towards the top of your mat, focusing that energy down. Stay here, breathe, don't hold your breath. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release the head down, release your hands down. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, lift the forehead up, lifting your chest up, and bringing our hands up, staying here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together here for 3, for 2, and 1. This time we're going to reach in front of us, and then on the exhale, we're going to pull in and squeeze. Ready? Inhale, reach for 10. Squeeze. 9, squeeze. 8, squeeze. 7, squeeze. 6, squeeze. 5, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 2, squeeze. And 1, squeeze.
Release your hands down, release your chest and forehead down. And then maybe rest on one ear here, relax your hands down beside you. And you can sigh the breath out here. Notice your heart rate, notice your breath. We'll bring our forehead back to the center, and we're going to tuck our elbows in by our chest and bringing our hands close to our face here. And your feet can be about mat distance apart here, or not as wide. Choose your variation. And then we'll take a breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're coming up into a Sphinx pose. So hands are a bit out in front of you, and you're looking in front. And let's take a breath here. And exhale it out. Now, if you did want to go a little deeper, you can move your hands closer to the top of your mat here and lift off your elbows and come into a seal pose. You're going to feel the stretch just deepen a little bit, but if this is too much, come back down into Sphinx pose. From here, we're going to take a breath in and then exhale, look over the right shoulder. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale here, come back to center. Exhale, look down, stretching the back muscles of your neck here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale here, back up to center, and then exhale, look up towards the ceiling, stretching the front of your neck here for 3, for 2, and 1. Come back to neutral, release your elbows down, and this time we'll rest on the opposite ear. Sighing it out here if you need to. And then we'll inhale our chin back to center. And we're going to interlock our hands behind our glutes here. Roll the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades here. And then we're going to take a breath in. And then as you exhale, start lifting your chest up, lifting your feet up, and you're grounding down into your pubic bone here. And you're looking in front of you, gazing down. Keep breathing. Seeing if you can lift up higher with every inhale. Holding here, breathing here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Let's release down. Come onto your right ear, sigh it out. And then we'll bring our chin back to center. Bring your hands beside your chest again. And you're going to start pushing yourself back. And we're coming into a child's pose next. So a couple options and yogi's choice here. Knees can be together or apart. And you're going to start making your way down into your child's pose. And we did an active child's pose at the start of the class, but you can go into a more passive child's pose, bringing your elbows down onto your mat or reaching them behind you, grabbing onto the heels here with your hands and really coming into a small little ball, coming into a nice passive child's pose here. And you can bring your forehead down onto the mat, or you can also use a block here, placing a block down in front of you, or sitting on a block or a blanket to help modify this and keep this nice and comfy. We're going to stay here for a few deep breaths and just counterposing what we did with some of the back work, breathing into our spine. And you can rock your forehead here side to side, and just massaging your third eye. Remember, nice, deep, long breaths. And we'll stay here for another 3, 2, and 1. Start releasing your hands, bringing them back in front of you. And then slowly making your way back up. And then we're going to take another water break here. Just grab a sip of water. It's important to stay hydrated, not just in the summer, but also in the winter as well. In the winter, we have heaters going, which can dry us out. So keep hydrated no matter what season. And it also helps flush toxins out of our body. So keep drinking water whenever you can. So coming into a nice, comfortable, easy pose here. I'm sitting on my block. So you can sit on your block or you can sit directly onto the mat as well. We're going to inhale, arms up here. And let's bring our right hand down onto our left knee. Left arm comes behind us, acting as a second spine. And to start, look towards me, sitting up nice and tall, but relaxing the shoulders down. And take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, start looking towards the side wall. Another big inhale here. And then exhale, looking towards the back corner. Another big inhale here. And then exhale, looking behind you, using your left shoulder here as a kind of anchor or guide. And noticing that every exhale you take, you're allowing yourself to twist deeper into the pose. And the deeper you twist, the more toxins you're going to help wring out of your body. And we'll stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's come into our counter pose next. Hands down on the opposite side, just releasing any tension here. And coming back to center, inhaling, arms up. Nice big breath. Exhale, release that left hand down onto right knee, and then right hand comes down behind you, acting as a second spine. Looking towards me to start here. Sitting up nice and tall, but relax the shoulders down. Big inhale, and then exhale, looking towards the side wall. Nice big breath here, and then exhale, looking towards the back corner. Nice big inhale here, and then exhale, looking behind you. Going as deep as you can, listening to your body. Keep breathing and twisting for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's come into a nice counter pose here. And then we'll come back to center, inhaling our arms up. And then we're going to interlace our fingers, bringing them behind our neck here, kind of where our neck and our head kind of meet. Elbows are nice and wide. Taking a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, start rounding your upper spine. Tucking your chin into your chest and looking down towards your belly button. Keep using your breath. We'll stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly start uncurling the spine, coming up. Release your hands down. Release the right hand down beside you, and we'll inhale, left arm up. Placing your left hand onto right ear, sitting up tall, relax the shoulders down. Nice big breath in here. And then exhale, releasing your left ear to your left shoulder, feeling that beautiful opening on the right side of your body, from your fingertips all the way to your ear. And you're breathing in fresh prana, fresh oxygen, fresh life into your body, and exhaling all the stress and tension through that opening here. We'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's release the left hand down beside us, and we'll inhale, right arm up. Let's bring our right hand onto our left ear, sitting up nice and tall again, relaxing the shoulders down. Big full belly breath in here. And then exhale, releasing that right ear down to right shoulder. Feeling that beautiful opening on the left side this time. Breathing in deep, exhaling long. Feels really nice. I'll stay here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release that right hand back down. And let's inhale our arms up together one final time, preparing for the end of our practice together. Bringing our palms together in prayer position, and then slowly releasing our hands down in front of our heart center. Relax your shoulders here. Tap your thumb into your heart, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your heart rates. Noticing how you feel, and bowing down, looking towards your hands. Let's take a breath in here. And we'll move our hands to our third eye, tapping our third eye next. Taking a breath in here, and then exhaling, folding forward. Let's ground our energy, bowing down to our practice,
thanking everyone who tuned in and joined me practice this today. Thank you for sharing beautiful, positive energy with me and everyone else that has tuned into this video.
And as we get ready to end our practice, we're just going to tune out a little bit, but I would recommend to stay in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes, or any other meditative practice or pose that you have, just to absorb all the benefits of your practice. My name is Vanessa. It's been my honor guiding all of you through the practice today. Please remember to like and follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on YouTube. Have a wonderful day. Sat Nam.